I'm Steve Willis, and I'm the chair of the Sierra Club for the coastal Georgia. And I'm working and have been working for the last year or so on a project we're calling the Savannah River Basin Initiative. And the point of this project is to raise public awareness that the Savannah River is a vital resource that everyone living in the Savannah River Basin area is dependent on. And that the river, the water, the quality and the quantity of the water in the river, and also the health and safety of people living along the river is endangered by the fact that the river is not being managed at all, really. The river basin includes a little bit of North Carolina and a large hunk of South Carolina and a large area in Georgia. Each one of those areas is being managed completely independently. There's no coordination, collaboration, scientific planning, nothing going on. The whole river itself, according to the Georgia governor's water plan, has been divided into two sections, the upper section and the lower section. The lower section is the coastal area. And so this means that the people living in the coastal area will only have any influence over the water that reaches them. They won't have any influence over what goes into the river and how the river basin is managed upstream, which is, of course, that's the way you manage a river. You have to manage the whole thing. Also, all the development in the coastal region of the Savannah River is being managed in a very, very broken way. It's divided between plans for the Jasper port that are being handled by one group of people, plans for the harbor deepening that it's being handled by another group of people, plans for dredging the river up to Vogtle to move the reactors, which is being handled by another group of people, massive expansion of the LNG facility, which is being handled by another group of people, and then there's also the whole issue of non-point pollution being poured into the river. And this is the direct result of agricultural practices and population expansion. And so as the population of the coast grows, and it's expected to double in the next 20 or 30 years, we can expect to have a radical increase in pollution because of this growth in people. And as it stands right now, there's no systemic way to control and manage any of this. And this is completely overlooking all the stuff that's going on in South Carolina. We're all dependent on the river water. All the industrial water that's used in Savannah comes out of the river. We get our drinking water out of the aquifer, but as we pump the water out of the aquifer, we're getting salt water intrusion, and diminishing the river flow only accents this. People in South Carolina and Bluffton and Hilton Head are even more dependent than us because they get most of their drinking water out of the Savannah River. So we believe that the river water quantity, quality, the management of the wild resources along the river, and the navigational and industrial health and safety along the southern part of the river. With the sugar fire, the LNG expansion, we've got a huge direct threat to the health and safety of the people that live in Savannah and Chatham County, not to mention the people that live in Jasper County.
Okay.
And we believe that this whole issue should be taken seriously, and that a comprehensive basin-wide management plan be established that includes navigation safety, industrial safety, water quality and quantity, and that a very clear commission be established that's directly and publicly known to be responsible for all these things in the river. And we've gone along for a long time where people say, well, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission has this responsibility, the Corps has this, the Coast Guard has this, and on like that. We can't afford, as people here, to allow this to continue. It's our future and our welfare and our safety that's at risk. We can't just pawn it off and say, oh, well, somebody else is responsible, so we're not going to worry about it. I think it's vital that the people in this area accept that ultimately they have, as citizens of a democratic nation, responsibility for looking out for their own future.